Hello, everyone. Welcome to 8080 Mind. It's Wednesday. Thanks so much for coming if you're there or if you're watching this later. Thanks for watching. So today, I thought we would do a practice that's related to our newsletter topic for this week, which is all about how do you create mental space or how do you create headspace? My experience of the last few months, we've been launching this book and there's just the ordinary chaos of regular life, is that it's so easy for the space in our minds to get super compressed, and to experience this kind of condition of mental overload. So one of the cool things about mindfulness is that we can actually start to open up more space in the mind. And that's really amazing for life, but it's also really amazing for marriage because with a little bit more space, there's more room for connection, we're more present, we're more available for our partner. And maybe most important, when your partner says something really nasty or whatever, you get triggered, that subtle space is like a huge deal. It allows you to respond instead of react unskillfully. So I thought we'd do a practice. This is actually basically what I do every morning in my mindfulness practice, where it starts with like pretty detailed, focused attention. We're going to focus on counting our breaths. And then we're going to open up a little bit more space by just focusing on the sensation of breath. And then what we're going to get to at the end is what's called open awareness practice, which is actually kind of an advanced mindfulness technique where we're actually just opening up space in our minds. And hopefully you will enjoy it. So we'll begin, as always, by closing your eyes or leaving them open if you wish, with a soft gaze, finding a comfortable seat. The ideal is a straight spine, but if you want to sit back in your couch or whatever, that's totally fine. You can even lie down as long as you don't fall asleep. And I always like to just take a moment to land here. You've probably had a busy day. You've probably been on Instagram or doing all sorts of things. And this is this transition into this rare time where there's nothing to do, nowhere to be. And so there's like this savoring that can happen around that opportunity. And then I always like to just notice the support that's around you right now. So you're probably feeling the support of your chair, support of your feet against the ground, the air moving in and out of your nose. We tend to forget, but in every moment, life is totally supportive of us. Just recognizing that is so powerful. So then just notice the quality of your breath right now without any attempt to control it or change it. Just notice what's happening in your breath. Is it long? Is it short? Is there a wave happening in your abdomen? Or is it up in your chest? And as I said at the beginning, we're going to start with focus, and then we're going to slowly pull back focus and open up space and awareness. But starting with focus allows us to clear away some of the distractions we carry around. So to do that simple practice, I want you to count on your inhale and exhale to 10. So the way we're going to do this is when you inhale, you count 1. When you exhale, you count 1. That's breath 1. Then when you inhale, you count 2. Exhale, count 2. See if you can make it to 10. So right about now, if you were able to maintain your focus, you're probably getting to the end of 10. When I practice on my own, if I am not able to make it to 10, that is my reminder that it's worth going back and doing it again until I can focus my mind enough that I can make it through 10 of those rounds. So now we're going to open up the space of the mind a little bit, but keep focus and attention in the equation as well. So instead of counting our breath, let's just focus on the sensation of breath, either at the nose or in your stomach, your abdomen. So really paying attention to the whole show of sensation that happens with each inhale and exhale. It's like you're a scientist or an investigator of the breath. And if your mind wanders to thoughts, past, future, totally fine, notice that. Then shift your attention back to the sensation of each breath. And here again, there's savoring that can happen, just recognizing that all you have to do right now is notice the sensation of each breath. What a privilege. What a break. No one to call, no one to text. Just the sensation of each inhale and exhale. Noticing the vibrations of breath. Noticing the subtle sound of breath. Let's do about 30 more seconds, and then we're going to expand the field even bigger. So sensations of breath. It's your full focus. So what we've done so far is what you might consider a focused attention practice that's really about stabilizing your mind, overcoming the internal distractions most of us experience. Once the mind is stable, we have this opportunity to really open space. And this is through an open awareness practice. And the way to do this is you can actually open your eyes for this, or you can keep them closed, either way. But now, instead of your primary focus being on the breath or on counting, see if you can just relax any effort to focus at all. And instead of tunneling the mind in on one thing like the breath or counting, you can almost feel a change when you begin to expand the field of your mind. So it's like you're spreading your mind or your awareness out. And you're just noticing what falls into that field. And the primary goal is to relax. Sounds may enter and then leave. Sensations may arise and fall away. Thoughts may drift in and out. The goal is simply to watch the movie of the present moment in this relaxed state where the mind is just taking it all in. If this is new or unfamiliar to you, it can be helpful to imagine that your awareness is actually expanding beyond your head. That's actually able to fill the entire room that you're in. That's open awareness. That's true headspace. And if that feels comfortable, you may be able to expand the field of your awareness or your mind even further. What if it's as big as your house or your apartment? Notice what happens when awareness gets that big and you're totally relaxed. One of my teachers calls this non-meditation meditation. Just pure being. And if you like, you can expand awareness even further. Just noticing that we have this ability to relax into a much bigger head space, mind space. That includes sound, it includes sight, what you're seeing. It includes sensation. It even includes thoughts. Psychologists call this meta-awareness. The ability to see the big picture. It's like watching life from a mountaintop. And so when emotions come up, or when thoughts come up, or problems come up, if you can stay on the top of the mountain with expansive headspace, all of a sudden they're smaller. So let's spend just a few more minutes, if you're enjoying this state of open awareness, if you're enjoying this practice, noticing sound, sensation. If your mind wanders here, which it often will, time traveling through thoughts, same technique, notice. That's the magic moment when we're aware. And then bring your attention back to this open mind experience. You can imagine that each breath is your only breath. Each sound is the only sound there is to hear. You can see that this moment is the most interesting thing available to us right now. It's the only thing that's real. So just a couple more breaths here, enjoying this expansive space of open awareness. Enjoying the view of life from the big picture. And then before you come back, whatever that means, opening your eyes or looking back at the video, just take a mental note of anything that's different. Notice if there's a little bit more space in your mind or your body, or there's a feeling of relaxation. Just notice that. And then the challenge with this sort of formal practice is, how do you extend this beyond 15 minutes or 20 minutes? How does this actually integrate into everyday life? So my challenge for you is, throughout the rest of the day, to find a few moments where you can wash the dishes or cook dinner or walk from the car to through the parking lot to the grocery store and see life from this open place of awareness, even if it's just for 30 seconds. And just notice how that begins to shift your experience. Notice if you get closer to the present moment, if all the mind wandering, stress, distraction falls away a little bit. So then when you're ready, come back. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next week.